Hi everyone. So I posted a message on my wall about how I'm managing my stage 2 hypertension, and the medication is working. Some days are better than others, and if I have too much stress on me, or if things are frightening me, or we have deaths in the family, then obviously it does go up. But so far it's been good. I've also made changes to my lifestyle, so I'm trying to fast for at least 12 hours every day and just make that a regular part of how I'm living, and also eating more of foods that have less salt, less fat in them. I'm not losing as much weight as I had hoped, but I am losing it slowly. I exercise for at least 25 minutes a day, so I do brisk walking, I do swimming, I use the gym, anything that I can do to keep my heart healthy and to lose the fat around my liver, I try to do. I have a very good doctor because he's from England. He does believe in the power of prayer and going to church, meditating, journaling. So I incorporate all of those things into my lifestyle. I try to journal at least once a week. And prayer I do every day, and I try to keep up that practice. I think if you adopt an attitude of gratitude and thanksgiving and blessing God, that helps, and then asking for God's help and God's blessing. I've always done that, but I think there's been too much pressure on me from the time I was a child, and it's all caught up because Teleperformance didn't accommodate me. And their clients were awful. They refused to accommodate me. I had a doctor's letter, I had everything in place. They refused. So as a result of that, I've got this hypertension now. And with hypertension, it doesn't go away. So unless there's some miracle that happens, like when I came off my antidepressants, the reality is that I'm probably going to have to take the medication that's been set for me for the rest of my life now, if I want to live, because if the pressure goes too high, I'll have a heart attack and I'll die, basically. So that's what I have to do now. For my essential oils, I do use different essential oils. So I showed you guys how I made the candles, and I made 3 candles yesterday. What I do is I pour the wax once it's melted into the tins. You can buy the tins from Amazon. And I have a thermometer, so I leave that thermometer in the jug to see, because you have to put the essential oils in when the temperature reaches 40 degrees. And once it reaches 40 degrees, I put a teaspoon of essential oils into each of the little jars, because you have to put about 40 drops, which is equivalent to a teaspoon. And then the wax absorbs the oils, and you get the beautiful aroma when you burn them. I also use it in my diffuser. So I like Lang Lang, I like bergamot, lavender. Clary sage I do use now and again, but not that often. But those have been tested by medical doctors, and they have been proven to help to reduce blood pressure, to reduce stress, to balance your emotions. And they're very good, especially lavender is very good. I do burn incense sometimes when I'm praying and meditating. That also helps. And I go to church regularly. I go at least once a week to church. So I'm doing all the right things, but unfortunately, companies don't care. That's basically it. They only care about their profits. And even when you work at Teleperformance, the senior managers, the ones who are above our supervisors, they'll tell us, you should be grateful that you're even working here. And it's not the right attitude to have, because if a company is making billions, you should be able to pay your staff a living wage, a decent wage. They didn't pay us that. Okay, at the beginning you can understand, it's a startup, they're paying you $11.25 an hour. But after you've been there 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, They're giving you 25 cents increase at the end of the year. They're giving you 50 cents increase at the end of the year. I mean, come on. We've also got lives to live. When we're working at home, we're paying for their electricity, we're paying for their internet, we're paying for their phones, because they don't give us anything towards all of that. So that's why for me, I want to try to find something in the church. I've always applied for jobs in the church from the time I came to Canada. I've always applied to jobs at Regis College, at the Toronto School of Theology, at colleges, Catholic colleges across America, in Africa. I've always tried to get a position in the church. So that's what I'm hoping and praying I can get something with a team. I don't want a position where I'm going to be sitting at home alone, isolated. I've been at home since COVID hit. It's a long time. It's not 1 or 2 years, and I don't like it. I want to get out. I want to meet people. I want to go to events. I want to be with other people. I don't want to live my life like this alone. And if I can get opportunities to go to Africa, to help with the Jesuits there, to be with my friends, then I do want to do that, because that was always my idea. That's why I had initially joined the One campaign, but I'm disgusted with Bono, so I don't want anything to do with them anymore. And if he's going around telling people he loves me, including the ministers and the Prime Minister and all that, that's rubbish, because he's done nothing that has been especially for me. He's done nothing for me like he's done with Ndidi or with the team that's there that he selected, Najiba and all of them that are there. So he mustn't go around telling people that he loves me, because it's bullshit. So that's where I'm at, and the sisters support me too. The sisters are not going to support Bono on this, because they recommended me from Regis College to work with him. If you love somebody, you don't treat somebody the way Bono's treated me. And all these people, employers and all of them, I don't want them talking to my sister, to my brother, to my mother. They've got nothing to do with my life choices. If you want to get to know me, talk to me. If you have a problem with me, talk to me. Leave them out of it, because they've also had their own life challenges. We've also had cancer in our family. We've had a lot of different problems, heart problems. My dad was born with a hole in his heart. So I don't want any more pressure being put on me unnecessarily. I've done good, I've done right, and I'm disgusted with what Bono's doing and what he's telling people. So I want to make that very clear. And yes, I do use the food banks, and I don't care if people think that they're better off in Africa because they don't have to do it. Well, you know what? At least I don't have to go to sleep with an empty stomach. That's what I have to say. I don't have a garden to grow my own food and vegetables like my grandmother did, and kill the chickens and use the eggs and use that to feed us. I rely on what's available in the stores, and I don't buy halal meat or anything where the animals are killed at home. I buy things that are properly culled and cleaned, and I look after my health. And I've done a lot to look after others. So I hope that I will get a job in the church, and I don't care if it's not here. I can go and work with Cardinal Burke. I can go and work somewhere else in the world. It doesn't have to be in Toronto, because I've been applying for jobs in the church in Toronto and with Regis College from the time I came to this country. And they're not selecting me. And every time we have the alumni circles, the alumni gatherings, I tell them, I want to work at Regis College. I want a job in the church. I'm not getting the support I need from the employers. I've never hid anything from them. So that's where I'm at. And I did not foresee getting high blood pressure so young in life. But it's an American thing, because it's the Americans. If you look at the high blood pressure statistics for America, it's very, very high. And young people like me are getting diseases that old people should get. That's what's happening to us because of the amount of pressure that's on us. And it doesn't have to be this way. The politicians have the power to change things and companies have the power to change things. But they're too damn concerned with making more billions and billions and keeping the people at the top happy, and they don't care what happens to us workers. And it's not right. The same thing happened at HSBC, the same thing happened at BMO, the same thing happened at CIBC. Every company I've worked at, it's the same thing. And it's not right. I'm tired of it. And people say, oh, disease is a punishment, it's a sin, that's why you got it. Maybe it's not. Maybe God wants to take me away from you while I'm young. And I'm fighting for my life to stay here. Or if he gets tired of seeing me suffering, he'll just say, yeah, your time is up, let's go. So you companies, you better wake up, because I'm sick of your shit.